All right. We've been working on so many words that had a GH in it. We weren't talking really. We were working on other vowel digraphs. But we kept coming up to the GH. So this is a GH word lesson. Our eyes, so I drew an eyeball, are going to see a GH words. I apologize for the glare. It seems to be the weather outside, how much natural light comes in. It changes whether I have a glare or not in this spot. So anyways, so we are going to hear the words. It's a word list. And some of these words we've talked about in other word lessons, and some are new to our conversation. I'm going to read them all. If you're writing them, awesome. I love it when you have a notebook out, Wildflowers and friends. But if you don't and you're just saying it, that's okay too. If you have a highlighter, great. If not, you can be underlining. I'll underline them first as I go through and say the words. Laugh. Every time I see a GH, I'm going to underline it. Dough. Thought. Though. That's a new one to our conversation. Ate. I'm just looking with my eyes as I say it. Cough. Rough. I think this one's new, maybe. Ghost. Caught. Enough. This is a sight word that second graders learned. That's a tough one for you, Emily Lou. You're not in second grade, but you're getting so good at sight words. Yeah, you'll learn it in second grade and third grade. So now we're going to go back with the highlighter. L, A, F, D, O. I highlighted it. If you notice, I didn't have a sound for it. It was just D and O. I'm highlighting sounds and T. No sound here either. That's a noisy TH. Let's say this. Thought. That's the quiet one where your tongue is between your teeth, but it just blows air. And this one is the there's a hum to it. O. A. I do not see an A. I see an EI, but it's making the long A sound. A. T. K. Off. R. F. I'm seeing a GH, but I'm hearing an F sound. Ghost. Hey, there's a GH. The H isn't talking, it's just G. G. O. St. K. A. T. I didn't hear it. And that's one of the conversations where this is two syllables. Everything else just had one. E, all by itself, is a syllable. E, N, F. So I've underlined it. I've highlighted it. We've said these words. We should be pretty fast now putting them together. Now, I'm going to say all the sounds, but I'm only going to write, when I get to the GH, I'm going to point. And whatever is sound, I'm going to put it over here. Yes, our eyes see GHs all the way down, but that's not what our mouth says, and that's not what our ears are hearing. L, A, F. That one is an F sound. Laugh. We've talked about that in a past lesson. D, O, nothing. The GH is there, but it's acting silent. This has got a long O sound. It only has one sound, really. Oops, I meant to make a line. Dough. This is dough like not a deer, like a female deer. This is dough like pizza dough or cookie dough or cake dough. T. Another silent one. This symbol with a 0 and a backslash, that's called a backslash. That means no sound. No. Thought. Oh. Oop. It's not talking. Yeah, there was nothing going on with that GH. This has long A sound. A. T. Again, nothing. So a lot of times when we have GH, they're kind of acting like a, I don't know, silent letter. Yeah. These two are working together to say a long A sound, and E-I-G-H is kind of all together. Off. Cough. There, I hear that F again. Cough. It's a different sound there. Cough. Rough. Again, an F sound. GHs at the end can be silent. They're silent with a T. They can be silent all by themselves. But they can also turn around and do an F sound. G, Ost. So the GH is just saying G. Yeah, the H is silent. It's just sitting there next to it. We don't, at the beginning of the words, we don't see that very often. Usually it's just a G or G bit up there, but K, T. Again, silent. No sound. That's because it's working along with this AU. Just like it was working along with OU. It happens, right? E, it's a long E sound, so E, N, F, enough. And we're back to having an F sound. Yeah. So for the most that we had with the GH, when it was not making a sound, there were 5 of them. The next most common one in our list was making the F sound. And once in a while, often at the beginning, offhand I can't think of one that's making the G sound at the end. Yeah. So we just are really getting into some tricky sounds. These aren't the ones they teach you in the beginning of phonics. These are the ones that after you've learned the basic sounds, and you guys have, now we're starting to get into some trickier sounds. And I'm going to continue to do this all the way into between now and the end of the year. Yeah. Because these are showing up in your books. Definitely